Hi, I'm Jordan.
Hi, I'm May. This is Some Assembly Required.
Yeah, so Allplay sent us a copy so we can check it out. It's on Kickstarter right now, along with some other games that look interesting. I haven't played either of them, but they sound good. I've played their precursors, I suppose, and I think they're both really fun. And this is a standalone kind of new game in their small box line. Yeah, so let's talk about how to play. So in Some Assembly Required, this is a drafting style game. All the players are going to have their own board in which they are going to be decorating. It's an apartment kind of floor plan. You're going to be assembling furniture, think IKEA, and you're going to be assembling all the parts and then putting them out on your board. In order to assemble those parts, you're going to have these cards that are going to be different types of furniture, and they show you which types of tiles you need in order to complete the furniture. And then there are the tiles. They're these little plastic squares. They interlock in a really satisfying way. And on your turn, you're going to either draft a card from the center of the table, or you're going to take all of one color of the tiles and add those to your kind of pool. As you're collecting those tiles and cards, they're going to go on the left side of your board. You're going to put the tiles on top of the cards as you're assembling these parts. Once you have completed the assembly, you kind of snap them into place in the right shape that's on the card, and then you're going to put it onto your board. The board's going to be split into different rooms, and as you're placing those out on out into your apartment, you're going to be able to put them next to different things. You're going to be able to assemble, like decorate your room in a certain way with different types of furniture. And if you get a certain type of arrangement, you can then score these bonus cards that are off to the side that you'll be collecting as well. Once you score those, you're going to score some points. Yeah, that's kind of it. You're just kind of drafting these cards and tiles, assembling them, putting them together out onto your board, and then making these different arrangements out there in order to score the most points. At the end of the game, you're going to score points based off of those cards, but then also each of the different colors is going to score based off of the stars that you see at the end of the game, whether the stars are printed on your board and are still visible, or the stars that are printed on your cards. And those are going to give you kind of a multiplier of points at the end of the game. And that's how you play Some Assembly Required. All right, so a couple things that we do like in the game. I think the drafting is really interesting. I really enjoy games where you can draft multiple things throughout a round. Think like Cities, which came out a couple years ago. And in that game, you're drafting like buildings, you're drafting some cards, you're drafting some different things that you're drafting. And this one has the tiles and the cards. And it kind of gives you this, kind of push and pull. Do you want these cards that are going to score you, that are going to give you the furniture to build, and then and then you take the tiles as well to build them and score them as well? What's something you like?
I really like all the flexibility of the pieces.
Yeah, I think as you're building them, you kind of get to arrange them throughout. Once you do put those tiles, like the tiles on top of the tiles, they are locked into place.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of flexibility in your, as you're decorating your apartment, you might want to move some stuff around. I think that's allowed, right? Yeah. And then lastly, we just have a prototype of this. Nothing here is finalized. But I think these little pieces, they're going to be fun.
Yes.
Right? They already snap together. They already hold their shape whenever you're putting them on your board. I guess when you put the furniture down, you could snap it into bigger pieces, or you could kind of keep them separated. But I think that is really satisfying. It has a nice toy factor.
Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
and I think these tile laying games that have like a fun little candy component.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good. Is there anything you didn't like about the game?
I feel like the length of this game could have been like a little bit shorter.
Okay. We've played it with what? I think we've played it with 2 and 3 players.
Yes.
And the game is always the same length, I suppose, because you're always drafting the same number of cards. You're always drafting the same number of tiles throughout the game. It's just your player boards are bigger. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I guess the the game is always about the same length, regardless of how many players are playing. So I guess with higher player counts, that's going to be probably a little nicer.
Yeah.
But if you're playing with lower player counts, maybe it does feel a little longer. I don't know if it felt long for me, but I can see that.
It's fun to play it long, but
Yes.
it just doesn't feel like it should be a long game.
I see that. Yeah, I can see that. I think for me, the end game scoring is a little tricky because you're counting two different things and then multiplying them together. So if you're counting number of stars and then you count the number of tiles, so number of stars, may say you have 4 stars visible, and then you also have 5. I think when you're counting that, you're probably going to have to take some notes on the score pad to
Yes.
figure that out. Like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, remember 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. While I'm counting 6 tiles out on the board, so 5 times 6, that's 30.
30.
I think that sometimes that's a little tricky. So I think you might just have to take some notes on the score pad. It's not like a huge deal, or you just put on your calculator 5.
Yeah.
And then you hit the times button. But for me, I'm, counting those and then
Yeah.
multiplying them. And I do think the chairs are a little tricky.
Yes.
But I do think that'll be, I think in the final version, it'll be a little easier to visualize. So I'm not going to say that's a negative yet. I think
Yet.
we'll see it in the final version, but I think it makes sense now.
Yeah.
And it'll make even more sense later. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
all in all,
It's really fun.
yeah, I hesitate to give like a recommendation in a
Yeah.
preview like this.
It's fun.
But we enjoyed this for sure. Enough that we've played it multiple
Yeah.
times and have enjoyed it every time we played it, and it looks really cool.
Yes.
Right. So, and we're hoping to move into a new house soon, and we'll probably have lots of furniture to be building
Yes.
after we move. Right.
Lots of IKEA furniture.
I didn't want to say it, but I
Yeah.
think May's right. I think May's right.
Yeah.
So there you go. Some assembly required. It's on Kickstarter now. Check it out. I think it's fun.
Yeah. It's really fun.
All right. I'm Jordan.
I may.